has failed. This was a political tool which has become useless. And if you talk of the Congress and TMC, it looks to me a joint venture between Sharda and what Deccan Herald Tribune, the newspaper. So they've done a joint venture. And what Mahua Moitra filed as a complaint is a political pamphlet, not a complaint. That is what, when I look at the wordings, what it appears to be. It is thrashed. It is put into the dustbin. Now, the question is, first you try to put allegations on Mr. Adani based on that Hindenburg. I call him Hindenburg. He was an ex-ambulance driver. He had 10 CFAs and he had all the intellect and wisdom of all the world. And he had so much of intellect and knowledge that all the accounting and audit committees of the world or the audit bodies of the world do not have. So we gave him that grace first. Then secondly, the man has disappeared. He has shut his shop. Gaya, gaib. Third thing is, the kind of debacle Indian stock market saw. Who is going to pay for that? The kind of debacle Mr. Adani saw, the money he lost, who is going to pay for that? And recently, when the results of Adani Group were out, they were fantastic. They were much beyond expectations. So that proves all this was a political witch hunt which was carried on. Now, Hindenburg gave him a grace. He does it for a living. But what about those people here? What about Rahul Gandhi, who went and said that before G20, Mr. Modi, you must clear the air because otherwise what will G20 think of us? This was a targeted attack on Adani, to Modi, to BJP, and discredit India's financial institutions to give an impression to the world everybody is compromised here, everybody is up for sale. I mean, make India look like a Pakistan wherein everything is up for sale, and they'll send a message to institutional investors. Look, this is the chairman of the SEBI and this person is compromised. He has assets, the person has an offshore company. And would you like to invest this kind of money in Modi's India? And if the Modi's India doesn't get money, where will the growth come from? How will the growth engines run? So this was a political ploy for which you will settle Adani, you will settle and discredit the Indian financial markets and then harm the India. The question is, who was funding all this? There is a person who must be funding all this, because after this, presumptions, assumptions, and all the things what Dr. Kohli beautifully put. I mean, it looks to be a figment of imagination. As to me, as a common man, is a figment of imagination. How did this figment of imagination become the reality of the world? How did this become the international talking point? How was it raised exactly before the G20? Why did Rahul Gandhi jump the gun? And who are the people who have benefited out of this? Now, very simple question. All the people who have benefited out of this, I think ED and NIA should investigate them, because if the losses are normal, fair enough, koi baat nahi. But if the losses are abnormal, the usual culprits and suspects, and they've gained a windfall out of that, then they are proceeds of crime. And proceeds of crime have to be dealt as per the new IPC or the new Bharat Nyaya Sanch Pranalika, which has been launched, and there's a very stringent for that. They have to be dealt for that. And even the people who have given them cover fire and discredited India's financial organizations and discredited Bharat, should they not be tried for hurting the financial interests of country, the financial loss which a common, taxpayer and a common people like you and me faced? Isn't that person responsible for loss to us? Shouldn't that person be held accountable legally for the loss which he has caused to common people or छोटे-मोटे लोग, हम जैसे middle class लोग, who suffered a lot because of his political gains or ambitions, or somebody in US or somebody in Beijing was trying to whisper something and the man was really going crazy and implementing it? Who will pay for our money, ma'am? हमारे पैसे का क्या होगा? And will this person go scot-free by doing everything and saying, there was something I heard, something I told, something, but it costed you a few $100 billion, and people like me and you and millions of people watching this show foot the bill for that. Why should we put the money for that?
Okay, so Gautam Mukherjee, how do we move forward from here? We know that these